Hi, I'm Samantha Varner, and this is the She Needs Grit podcast, the show where I dig into how to prioritize profit in your business and build an empire using grit and strategy, and doing it in a simple, no BS kind of way. Let's get started. Hello, I am Samantha Varner, your host of She Needs Grit podcast, and today I am here to share a little bit about my crush formula. So this is the 5 letters that I believe are absolutely critical to more profit in your business. And I'm going to do a little bit of a deep dive into these 5 areas of your business so that you can walk away knowing which areas you need to focus on, which areas you might need help in, and just hopefully getting a little bit of insight as to how I run my business and why I think this is the best way to earn more profit in yours. So get cozy, guys. I am ready. Okay, so my crush formula. This first came to be when I was trying to come up with a way to clearly communicate to my clients and potential clients what I did as a business coach, as a profit coach. And I wanted to be able to find something kind of catchy, something that people could really understand, but that could be encompassing of all of the areas of business that I think are really, really critical. So I'm going to give you a quick little overview, and then we're going to go into each letter and have a conversation around some of the things in there that I think are super critical. Okay, so crush, C-R-U-S-H. The C. C for me stands for core. It is absolutely critical that your core is tight. Okay, that sounds like a whole different podcast. But I do think that we often, as business owners that have been in business for a little while, skip this step. This feels a little floofy. It feels a little woo-woo. But the reality is this is the base, the foundation that your business is built on. And this is what helps you make the decisions in your business about what direction to take next, okay? So the core. We're talking the mission. We're talking the vision. We're talking the values. What does your company stand for? And what do you stand for? And why is that critical for somebody to know when they're thinking about working with you? It's your why. Why is this the business that you're in? What is the passion behind this business? And that exists for every single one of us, always. So I think looking at the core of your business is a really important place to start. And sometimes this can feel a little difficult, right? Sometimes we think the core of our business is like, I want to make money, and this seemed like a reasonable way to do it. But I need you to delve into that a little bit more deeply. I need you to decide, what do I stand for? Who do I help? What is the mission I'm trying to accomplish overall? What would be part of your obituary, right? I hope that my obituary one day says that she worked really hard to empower women to make more money in their business than they thought was possible, and that she did it in a way that was simple for them. That's really important to me. And the empowerment of what I believe women making money in business is absolutely a keystone to my business, and why I think it is so critical we understand the revenue side of the business and not just some of the other pieces, right? Not just promotion and sales, but really understanding our numbers, because it makes us so powerful and be able to make massive level decisions in our business. So let's start with our core. And it probably goes for a whole lot of different kinds of businesses, right? If you're a fitness coach, I bet the core is pretty critical. It's called the core for a reason. Okay, now we go to the R, one of my favorite places, the revenue. The revenue, so important, right? Understanding. First off, I talk about goals. I talk about what number do you want to make, and how do you think you can make it? And what do you currently earn, and how much effort are you putting in? And what would it take to 10x that, or to double your income? What does that look like? Talking about 5 bank accounts, right? Separating out your money as a business owner from your personal money, but then separating it out even more so under your business so that you can have such a clear, concise picture of what the finances in your business look like at any given moment, and you have a plan. Those 5 accounts each have a reason for being, and they have a job to do, right? You've got your tax account. You've got your owner's comp account. You've got all of your accounts ready to do their job in your business, and you are very clear about the job that they're supposed to do today, why you're growing those accounts, and what they're going to do 5 years from now. Okay. Then we're going to talk utility. And honestly, utility, guys, can be the make it or break it when it comes to increasing your profit numbers. And that surprises people. But so often we get into business and you start out with, at the beginning, you start out with no systems, right? No standard operating procedure, no automation. And the reality is that'll get you certain revenue number. But eventually, if you want to be upping your game and getting into that more than 6-figure business, or at least over $100,000, you are going to have some systems in place. And it is so much easier if you have somebody who has done this before and can light the path for you, right? Can help you figure out how to do email marketing, how to do automation, why your CRM is really important, and what you use it for, and how do you make it part of your day-to-day. Automating your calendar so that you don't need to back and forth as you're trying to book things, because that gets frustrating and it takes up precious time. All of the utility part of my business coaching and my profit coaching is looking at a way to create greater capacity for you as the mind of the business to make more money. And you have to be able to step away from some of the other administrative tasks, and you can do that in multiple ways. One of them, obviously, is automation. Another one is hiring people, right? Part-time contractors, full-time employees, to, again, create a place where you have more capacity to make more money in your business. So the utility piece is pretty critical, right? It's like your house utilities. You need your electricity and your water and your gas. So this is the utility of the business. It's not always the most fun part, but it's certainly the most necessary. Okay, then what comes after the U? Ooh, the sales part comes, guys. I love the sales part. I have been in some way or form selling, well, I would say my whole life, but almost every job I've ever had has had a massive sales component to it. And I love it. It is something that I'm good at. It's something that I know how to do. It's something that lights me up, right? And I want that to be the case for all of my business owners. So what do we talk about beyond just sales? You need to get better at knowing, first off, you need to know your numbers. So you need to know what your closing ratios are. You need to know how many people do you have to talk to for you to create a client. You need to have an understanding of the amount of effort necessary in your business to create those goals that you talked about up in the R line, right? Really, really critical. And so often we just go full steam ahead, trying to sell things to all the people with no real plan or understanding of like, what piece of this do I need to get better at? Is it at promotion? Is it at marketing? Is it at the actual sales conversation? Is it you need to get better at being comfortable with your offer and selling yourself on your offer and the value you deliver, and then being able to sell that to your potential clients? All of that wraps up in the S, right? And that makes it or breaks it. You have to learn as a business owner to be a salesperson. In fact, you have to be the best damn salesperson for your business, because for a long time, and for most of us, you are the sales behind your business. So if you are not confident in that way and you're not building your sales skills, then your sales, of course, will stagnate. So again, there are a lot of business owners out there that can get to like $50,000 or $60,000 or $75,000 without really having to deep dive. But that skill level that you had to get there will not get you to $150,000 or $300,000 in your business. So in order to get there, you need to build those skills. And that's why I talk to my clients so much about the sales skills and each little piece of it. Now, The last letter, the H. I was a little reluctant coming to the H in my own business. I will be very honest about this. The H stands for headspace, right? It is how you feel in your brain at any given time about what's happening in your business. It is all of the mindset piece. And to be very honest, it flows through every single piece of your business. So if you haven't yet embraced the fact that mindset is a huge factor in whether or not you're successful, whether you continue to grow at the pace that you want, or is possibly actually the hurdle to why you're not growing, then I need you to reconsider. And I say this from a massive place of love, okay? Because I spent a long time in my business being very reluctant to believe that mindset was a factor in my business, and certainly being even slower to come to the idea of I can control what my mindset is. I can control the headspace that my business lives in, and I can make changes to how I think about my business, which will directly relate to my results. So that is the Crush formula. It is by adding these 5 pieces into your business and perfecting each one of them that you will grow to the next level. And then, as I've seen in the growth of my business, what ends up happening is you get it all sorted and it's all going great. And then you start over at the beginning, right? Because you're going to the next place in your business. So when you think about your business growth as a staircase, right? So you step up to step number 2. So that's maybe a different revenue goal, maybe some different products, maybe it's a different way of delivering, maybe it's just a level of maturity in your business. You get to that point, I want you to go through, and my clients go through, back through the Crush formula again, right? What's different? What's the same? What's more clear? What do I know to be true now that I didn't know 6 months ago or a year ago? And then you get to stair number 3 and you do it again. And you get better and faster, and your skill set it just builds on each time, right? So you get better at communicating your value. You get better at sharing your mission. You get better at selling your clients. You get better at understanding why your offer is valuable. And each time you do this, you get better and better. And that is how you get sustainable, massive growth in your business on repeat. Is these 5 steps. So if that sounds like something that you're like, wow, yes, I probably need a step or 2 to be shined, right? A little bit of renovation. I talk a lot about renovating your business. There is almost never a time where it's like, burn the building down and let's start again. It's never that. But it's being able to critically evaluate all of those steps in your business and deciding where you need to put your effort and your focus on and doing it, right? And doing the work and being the CEO of your business and building that growth, right? So I encourage you guys to think about the Crush formula, think about those pieces in your business. And as you're doing that, I encourage you to book a consult with me. You have the ability to get on the phone with me, have a conversation, give me a little picture of what your business looks like right now, and allow me to help you identify where you're stumbling. Because where you think you're stumbling and where you are stumbling are not always right, not always the same thing. And even more important is I can help direct you. I can help create clarity around what that hurdle is. And then, hey, how do you go about fixing it? What is the next step to get you to the next step in your revenue? So if that sounds like a good plan, I really encourage you to book a consult with me. All right, guys, this was great. I look forward to seeing you next week. Are you ready to build your business to 6 figures? Then you need to book a profit assessment with me, Samantha Varner, Profit Coach of She Collective. Discover how working with me as your profit coach will change the trajectory of your business. Using my proprietary Crush formula, I help you identify and renovate the areas of your business that are holding you back from creating the money you know is possible. Book your call at bit.ly/profit maker call, and let's get started. All right, that's a wrap for this week. You know that my favorite thing to do is talk shop with driven entrepreneurs building profitable businesses, which is all of you guys. I love all of the feedback that I am getting from you and the comments. Please keep them coming. Rate or review the show in your podcast player. This allows other gritty women to find this podcast and create their best business life too. As always, come and visit me on Instagram at shecollective.biz or BIZ if you're in Canada. We'll talk soon.